So, um, here is today's tip of the day. This is Carlyle Speaks Wall Street, and I'm going to tell you about a fundamental concept as far as troubleshooting that can allow you to actually troubleshoot something that you have no training on. How on earth could you troubleshoot something you don't have training on? You don't know the system, you don't know how it's supposed to work, you don't even have a baseline of what's considered normal behavior, right? The system's using 4 gigs of RAM. Oh no, it's using too much memory. How do you know that? Maybe 4 gigs of RAM is a normal usage for the application, right? Don't have training, don't have perspective or context for what you're observing. Well, one of the key tricks is using historical analysis. So I can actually come in, you can bring me in and have me investigate some kind of computer system or something, some application that's having some kind of problem. Now, typically, what you're going to have with an application, hopefully, if it was designed well, you would have some kind of log generation. You know, any application you're going to want to have that. That's helps a big deal when you're troubleshooting. So one of the first things that I'll potentially want to do is to do a log analysis. Those of you guys listening in, you know what to do. Click on that like button. Really appreciate it. It's really important that you do so. This is YouTube, not television, so you need to be interactive. And also say hi. Put a comment below. So you're going to have logs. You're going to take a look at the logs. And again, this is without any training at all, right? One of the first things I want to know if I am looking into something is I want to have some sort of a timeline. When did this issue occur? Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it, guys. When did the issue occur? What's the time that this was first reported? Try to drill down as close to the second, if you can, as possible to when the actual issue started occurring. All right? Hello to Jeba Kawa. So you have a timeline. So it says 2 p.m. this thing occurred. All right, super. Where are the logs? I don't know anything about this application, right? Just show me where the logs are. Somebody's going to say, how do you know where the logs are? Well, you can do searches and you can figure it out. You can use deduction, right? What's the name of the application? You know, do searches for files with similar names. Look in obvious locations. Tricks. But let's just assume you at least know where the logs are. You just don't know the application. You don't know how it works. You don't know what's normal, what's not normal. All you know is at 2 p.m. some problem started happening. It'd be good to have context of what the problem was. Disconnected. It was running slow. There was some kind of weird error message. You know what I mean? So you have context to what you're looking at. And then it's like, okay, logs are here. My time is 2 p.m. Something happened at 2 p.m. that was bad, bad to the bone. So go to the logs, look at the times, go to 2 p.m. Look at 2 p.m. if it's in there. Look slightly after 2 p.m. Look at slightly before 2 p.m. Give yourself a little bit of a threshold. The issue occurred here, right? Let's look a little bit before, a little bit after, and let's keep scanning in this area and see what we can see. Now, using that alone, you could, in a lot of situations, be able to figure out an idea of what is wrong with the system without any background, any training. You look in there, you see something that says unable to connect to host due to timeout or something. Oh, so it's a connectivity issue. So now you have context. Potentially, you don't know. Maybe that's something that happens normally once in a while. Again, you don't have the context, but that's a good indication that that might be something. You look there and you see unable to write file due to disk space, or so many different things, and you don't have the background, but you can use your brain and like, okay, disk space issue. Oh, file write issue. Oh, it's saying that it's unable to connect to primary node, and it's identifying the primary node as BR6J. Okay, so let me do some searching. Maybe there's documentation. I can look for this. I can look for a process with that ID. A lot of different things you can figure out. But here's where the historical analysis comes in. Because like I said, some of these things that you're seeing could actually be normal behavior. It's because it looks scary, ooh, failure to connect to node, oh, that can't be good, right? If you're a novice, you're automatically making assumptions that, oh, it's the node connection is broken. But sometimes there's things that happen normally that are not actually issues. So what you can do, and what I mean by historical analysis is, generally speaking, a lot of the times you're going to have old logs archived, right? You have the logs from today, logs from yesterday, logs from previous day. What is the string or error that you're seeing today that's concerning you? Cannot connect to node. Okay, is this a problem? You can do intraday analysis, historical analysis, by looking at the entire log for today. So here's today's log. Let's scan this log. If you're in Unix, you're going to do a grep, and let's see how many times this error occurs. Oh, it only happens to occur right around 2 p.m. when the problem occurred. That's a good indication. See, you're like a private investigator. Good indication that the problem is probably related to this error, because error only occurs around the time of the problem. Go one step further. Expand your threshold, your temporal threshold, and go beyond the current day. So look at yesterday's logs, the logs before that day, and establish a pattern. These errors only occur today. Really, really good indication. These errors only occur today and only around 2 p.m. Very, very good indication that the problem is probably related to the error, right? If you see it happening throughout the day today, or not necessarily throughout the day today around 2 p.m., yesterday around 2 p.m., the day before around 2 p.m., so this happens, seems to be on a daily basis, but the previous days there was not an issue. Today there was an issue. Is that? Why is that indeed? That's something for you to look into. I mean, if I see it's happening on a daily basis around the same time, today it's an issue, previous day was not an issue, then I'm thinking possibly maybe this either is an acceptable behavior for this application, or it's not acceptable, but it's not something that's necessarily causes a big issue all the time. For example, you don't have to wear your seatbelt when you're driving in the car, ideally for an accident, right? But you never know when an accident's going to occur, right? So just because driving in a car without a seatbelt is a problem, it's dangerous, doesn't mean you're going to die or get injured, because it's only a problem when you compound behavior of not wearing your seatbelt with, the driving behavior. So you have some kind of an accident that happens. No seatbelt, accident, danger. No seatbelt, no accident, you're okay. No seatbelt, no accident, you're okay. Same kind of thing can apply with technology, right? So you have this issue that's occurring on a daily basis, and there weren't really any problems otherwise. It's just some text in a log somewhere. That's it. I mean, it's more than that, but for the most part, you could consider it as just text in a log somewhere. No one's complaining, no system issues that you're aware of, right? But combine this issue with another event. Maybe there's another process that needs to connect with the application that you're investigating when certain things occur. Now, normally it tries to connect regardless. So it connects even though there's not the serious event occurring, right? So it tries to connect and there's not an issue. I mean, there's an issue, big deal. Next day, does the same thing. It tries to connect, no issue. Third day, it tries to connect, but this time it actually needs to connect because something has occurred on that day that makes this connection critical. So now, even though you've been getting these failures going day by day, and you haven't really seen any kind of drastic symptoms where something went down or performance issues, that's only because you've been getting lucky. Today, you're not lucky. Today, this connection is required for something else. And because it does not connect, it creates a problem down, some other part of the system, and that's where you got a call. That's where you got an alert or whatever. So a lot of ways to look at things. You're looking at something, it could be a normal thing where it's not something to worry about, or it's something that's actually bad, but you've been getting away with it. But the bottom line is, system, looking at historical logs and doing an analysis of basically establish a baseline. What is normal behavior? On a daily basis, this is what I see in the logs. Today, this is what I see in the logs. What's the difference? And there's so many things that you can investigate and figure out using that strategy alone, just doing a comparison. Yesterday was this way, today was that way. What's the difference? Don't want to run this video to be too long, so I'm gonna end this pretty soon. Again, like the video, not for my ego, but for YouTube. If you don't like the video, YouTube thinks that it sucks. They don't support the video, they don't support the channel, and then you guys don't get more content. You enjoy this stuff, support it by, it's so easy, just click on the like button. All right, really appreciate it. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this. Is that I can't even read. 7 Uda Negum. Anybody can help me how to start big data field. If there is any playlist on YouTube, it will be so kind. If there's any way to playlist, is it how to start big data field? I'm not sure what you mean by how to start big data field. What I would do is perhaps write that comment on the video itself, because when I start streaming, the chat is going to go away, so no one's going to see this who's not in the chat. So comment on the video, maybe somebody knows, they can answer you. Time to really, because I need to ask you some more questions to figure out what you're trying to ask me, but I don't have time to do that. So post it on the video, look at it later on. Anybody explain me about algorithmic trading? That's not what this video is about, but just really quickly, think about algorithmic trading as you have AI or artificial intelligence, and then you have trading. Combine the two, and that idea could be something that is very, I don't want to say similar, but the kinds of things that you would get from combining artificial intelligence with trading are potentially the kinds of things you get from algorithmic trading. Now, algorithmic trading in that light is going to be where you can set automation, you can implement logic. So I'll give you a simple logic. If the price on this stock increases by more than 10% in less than 60 seconds, then buy X amount of shares. Now, whether that's a good idea or not is irrelevant. The point is that an algo could do something like that. And you can do this applications like Portware, for example, which I've used, where you can actually build your own algos on the fly. So you can actually sit there with drop-down boxes and say, if greater than blah, 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 do this, if something else, do something else. So normal trading, I can sit here and say, I think Snap sucks. The stock's going to go down even more than it is right now. I'm going to wait for an uptick, and I'm going to basically sell short Snap, because I think it's going to go down and down and down and down and down and down, right? I would potentially, if I'm doing it manually, I got to sit there and watch the market data. Maybe I can set up an alert or something, but bottom line is I have to be aware of what the prices are, follow the price changes, and then when I see the price, or I'm alerted to the price changing within whatever I'm looking to do, I have to actually go in there and put my order in and get everything done. But with an algo, I could set the whole thing up to where I want to sell short this Snap that I have. I want to sell short Snap. If you sell short, you don't have it, right? I want to sell short Snap, right? But I want to do it when a certain thing occurs. So I can go and program in, if this certain behavior occurs within this particular stock based on the pricing, then this is what I want you to do. And you can let that sit there. You can go drink your coffee, whatever, and the system will automatically follow those rules. So when the price changes within the threshold that you've set and whatever event occurs, automatically enter an order goes out. That's a basic idea. So it's trade automation, to put it simply. A lot more to it than that, but that's just to give you an idea. Again, this is not the video for that. We're talking about troubleshooting using historical analysis. On that note, I got to head over to Computer Programming University. We're going to do a quick coding tutorial. So many things going on. I actually forgot what we're going to talk about today. But anyway, you guys are interested in coding, scripting, programming, head on over to Computer Programming University. I'll be going live pretty soon. It's starting to rumble. Slow down. Anyway, this is Computer Programming University. This is not Computer Programming University. It's Carlyle Speaks. Carlyle Speaks Wall Street. And on that note, ciao. Don't forget, click on that like button. You know you want to. Why are you still here? You do realize that this video is over, right? Oh, you're waiting to click on a button? Go ahead, click on it right now. Click on the like button. Thanks for sticking around for that. All right, guys. And I'm out.